Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Louise and I am sharing my journey with stimulating procedures and just different healthy things that I hope can keep me young or feeling and looking as young as I can for as long as I can. So I wanted to share a treatment that I just had. I had it yesterday and it's called bioplasma. And it's basically kind of PRP in a way, if you've ever had PRP or a vampire facial. It's where they take your blood out of your vein and they spin it, but in this case they heat it and cool it so it becomes more of a gel. And then it forms a natural type of filler. So I don't really have a lot to compare it with by ways of filler because, just checking my microphone's still on, because I've never had filler. Well, actually, that's not true. I did have it about 15 years ago in my nasal labial folds. And then I never had it again. So I decided that I just didn't want to go down that route. So I just had it one time. And I was pretty young when I had it as well. So I don't really have a lot to compare it to because obviously I'm now at a point where I've lost more facial volume than I have then generally, whereas I've always had they've always been my first area to go is my nasal labial folds. I've had that as my problem area since even when I look back at photos when I was 17, I still had relatively deep lines here, and maybe it's because I smile a lot and laugh a lot, I don't know. But anyway, I really was drawn when I saw bioplasma offered at the college where I get a lot of cheaper treatments done, because I have always wanted to stay away from fillers of any kind. I don't know, I just do not feel drawn to the filler journey. I really want to try and avoid it as much as humanly possible. But I don't have that feeling with bioplasma. It's your own blood, it's your own body's matter, and there's sort of very, very few risks associated with bioplasma, and it's a lot safer as well to kind of have around the eyes. So when I go, I think I've had it now about 4 times over the last maybe 8 months, I think. And the thing I've noticed with bioplasma is, even though I've not had filler, I've obviously seen people that have had filler and gone down a filler journey. I know people that have gone down that route. So I feel like I can in some way compare it. And the thing that I will say about bioplasma is it probably doesn't last as long as filler, and it's perhaps not as dramatic a difference as filler. You kind of have to build it up. But what I have noticed is that it never, for me anyway, has gone back to the original baseline. So every time I go to get some more, I feel like I'm starting from a better position, if that makes sense. And then yes, the immediate really wow effects do wear off probably way quicker than they would with filler. But then I feel like I'm stimulating everything with this procedure anyway. I'm stimulating collagen growth, and I genuinely feel like I'm building each time. So I had it predominantly this time. So I have had it in the past under my eyes, and I still feel that has held up pretty well. I still feel like under my eyes isn't bad. When I go and get it done next, which I've got another appointment booked towards the end of March, and I probably will get my eyes done at that point, like under my eyes for a refresh. But this time you can actually see the bruising. I have put a bit of makeup on, but you can see a bruise really on both sides. But I had it in my upper cheeks and here as well, because that really is where I, from researching, have worked out that will help the nasal labial folds and this bit here, because I'm adding more structure and support to the cheek. So that's really my problem area, and it's where I've been working. They have told me it's not a great treatment to have in your neck, and it's better just to do sort of regular PRP, and the same with hands. And the reason for that is because it's kind of lumpy. This they told me at the college anyway, and that is true. And I think even in my face right now, it's a little bit lumpy. So with this treatment, I do feel like it takes a good few days to really smooth out. That will all smooth out, the bruises will go, and it will look a lot more natural at that point. I do feel that it is a little bit lumpy when you very first get it in, but not too bad. But yeah, your body starts to absorb it quickly, and it all smooths out and looks a lot better. So this, for me, I think is a great treatment. I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference in the last video I posted and this one, but I just wanted to, come on and share my experience of bioplasma. It is my personal go-to. And I think if you do want a little bit of volume boost and you don't want to have filler, for whatever reasons you don't want to have filler, there's plenty of reasons why I'm trying to avoid filler. And maybe I'll go through that in another video. But for me, it's just a real no-brainer as a natural product. And yes, it's quite expensive for how long it lasts, and I do get that. I think that's the case with, I do feel absolutely blessed to have found a place where I can just have all of these things at a really cheap cost. And if you are in that position where you maybe struggle to kind of have these stimulating treatments regularly, maybe try and look for a college near to you, because they are significantly reduced. And at the one I go to, I feel very, very safe. I feel like it's run by professionals, and everybody that does the treatment is heavily watched, and they're told where to insert the product. And especially with bioplasma, I've never had anybody that has never already been, like, everybody that's ever done my bioplasma is already doing regular fillers. So I don't feel like I'm getting total beginners come in and prod around with my face. You know, they're already filler experts, and they're just coming in to add another practice to their clinic generally. You know, some of them are even clinic owners. So I've always felt in really safe hands. I do bruise easily. As you can see, there is some bruising that's kind of there. It's quite faint. It's really not too bad. I mean, I'll show you for how easy I bruise. So I did a hoop workshop. It was an intense hoop workshop. Hoop isn't normally this bad, but this is my arm. Wait. As you can see, I'm an easy bruiser. So that is actually very light compared to what it could be. I think the very first time I had it done, it bruised a lot more. But yeah, have a look, see what you think, compare my face to the last video. But if you're looking for an alternative, also they said no for the lips as well. So anyone that has a lip filler, it's not great I think because it's basically a little bit more lumpy when it first goes in. It's not a great option for every part of the face, but I think for the eyes, it's a no-brainer. Like, why would you want to take the risks associated with filler? Even if they're small risks, why would you want to take that when there's an alternative in bioplasma? I suppose for the cheeks, I get that it's probably a little bit harder with bioplasma to get the amount of volume you perhaps can with other products, especially if you're just, you know, with filler, I could have gone in once and it probably would have lasted me for, what is it, like a year or